Hey Forex traders, and those of you that want to be Forex traders. Israel coming here from vintageeducation.com. It's just gone past 7 AM here in the UK, and just finished today's session in the gym. And it's really interesting because when you're in the gym, it's interesting because you see loads of different people in different places, and it's interesting because I'm not the most fittest, I'm not the most muscular or anything like that, but you see people that take their health extremely serious, almost crazy serious, and then in crazy shape. They'll come gym every day or stuff like that. Then you've got people that are striving for goals, not quite where they want to be, want to lose a couple pounds or want to put some muscle on, whatever it is, striving and grinding basically to get there. I'd probably put myself in that category. Then you've got people that are extremely overweight but are in the gym coming. And obviously the people that you don't see are the really interesting ones, because for the large part, the majority of things, they're not doing anything. And it makes me realize and think about Forex, because number one, everyone, this is really important, everyone has excuses, okay? Everyone has fears, but the difference is what we do with those excuses, what we do with those fears. It's just simple, okay? It's interesting, and one of the things for me, I've always, and as time goes on, as I make more money, as I teach more students, as I've been trading for longer, you put yourself in a position, okay? And a big thing that anyone can do is become complacent. And part of becoming complacent is actually not actually remembering what got you to where you are, okay? When I first started trading, I started with money that I took out on a loan, okay? Now, why am I saying that to you? I'm saying that to you for a number of reasons. Number one, you don't need to be rich to start. Number two, you don't need a big account to be successful. Okay, I got an email yesterday. I could class him as my student, but I wouldn't class him as my student in this situation because he's not part of my mentorship program. But what is actually interesting is he sent me an email yesterday and he said, oh really, it was a couple of hours ago, about 6-7 hours ago, early hours of the morning, and he said, "Hey Israel, I used your strategy, the strategy you teach," and he said he increased his trading account by 350%. Then in the last sentence he said something like, "Thanks for throwing together these DVDs." And it's interesting because what he's talking about is we give a free DVD out, okay? If you want one, myforexdvd.com. Oh, but I don't have a DVD player. Oh, I don't have a PlayStation or Xbox, or I don't have a laptop. That's excuses, okay? If someone told you that, you know what, this information that I've got on this DVD can show you how to increase your trading account by 350% in 1 week. Now, I don't necessarily publicize those kind of returns personally, okay? But if you knew that someone had that, would you then turn around and say, I don't have a DVD player? If you did, okay, if that's the kind of person you are, that's why you're not successful. Because anytime something gets a bit hard, you stop, okay? When in actual fact, you're just one trade away, okay? I've been thinking and believing this philosophy, look, just one trade away, for years. And it's different for everybody, okay? The first trade I took, I was just one trade away from realizing that I didn't need to work 9 to 5. Okay? There's always excuses. Excuses will never get you to success. I got a message yesterday as well. Okay? It's funny how this always happens in twos, because it gives you context. I had a woman email me. She said she watched one of my videos. It's a trade video where I showed myself making about $450. And she said, oh, she loved it, or she liked it. And I said, or she said it was good, and I said something like that. And I said, oh, what did you like? And she said, I like the fact that you gave so much information. Someone told her about Forex about 8 months ago, or something like that. And it was overwhelming. But the way I basically explained it, I guess she's saying it's really simple, and it shows what's actually possible. And she said, but she wished she could continue, but she's a single mum with 4 kids or something like that. Now listen, that situation is terrible, in the sense, no one should be a single mum, okay? No one should be a single parent. Every kid growing up should have both parents. But what do you think is gonna get that woman, you, me, whoever it is, out of any situation that they want in life? It's constantly focusing on the hardship going to do that. No, okay? It's the moment where you realize, you know what, I need to change this, okay? Because that's when things will actually change. When I was pretty much broke, if you want to put it like that, and I had money that I used from a loan, what was I doing? Most people looking at that situation, what are they going to say? They're going to say, Israel, you are crazy. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? But that's the difference. That's why I'm here today and they're not. Because a few £1,000s, one way or another, and I lost hundreds, I lost thousands. And I was talking to a friend a couple of weeks ago, and I said to him, I said, look, some people enter things in life and they give up. And I said to him, I still don't know to this day what my threshold is. All I knew is I'm getting into the Forex markets because this is a vehicle to get me out of full-time work, full-time commitments, where I can actually make money even if I'm asleep, where I can wake up early, heading off to the gym like today, even if trades are running in the background, going to profits. And even if my trades lose, okay, number one, I don't risk a lot of money anyway, a small percentage of my trading account. Number two, there'll be another trade, okay? There's always another trade. It's just that simple. And that's the difference. How badly do you want success? It's funny because when you're successful in certain areas of life, it's almost easy to become complacent and just think it's just easy to just transfer, but it's not. Okay, I'll give you an example. The gym right now is one of those situations where I'm looking at it and I'm saying, you know what? I'm not one trade away. I'm one workout away. Okay? It's different. The philosophy is the same, but you need to transfer that into the next area of your life. Right now, listen, trading, you're just one trade away. It's just that simple. You are one trade away. One trade away from not needing to take those extra hours. Okay? If you are trading now, you have a trade that can make you $50 a day, $20 a day. That's a couple of hours of part-time you don't have to do. That's an hour or two, 3, 4, 5 hours or two you can spend with your kids. That's an hour or two you can spend with your partner. Okay? Think about your relationships now with your partners, with your kids, with your family and your friends. Don't you think spending more time would actually benefit that? This is what you need to think about. Instead of taking that extra 5 hours a week, extra 10 hours a week, learn to trade. You can trade while you're working, bring in this extra income, $50, $60, all of that kind of stuff, to a point when you're dedicated and you grow it, that money will replace your full-time income. It's just that simple. That's how it works. Okay? When I first entered the markets, I wasn't thinking about millions. I was hoping and praying about millions and thousands and all that kind of stuff. But what did I need? I was just one trade away from not taking a part-time job. That's how simple it was. Okay, my partner at the time, who's now my wife, Emma, she had a part-time job. She probably thought at times I was just a loser, but I was working on something that gave me a couple more hours. So when we're all training to be lawyers, when the law day finishes, okay, 8 hours plus of law, some people went to do a part-time, I went to trade. I went and made $50 in about an hour. They went and made $50 in about 5-6 hours. Can you see the difference? Okay. At first, I wasn't making $50. I was losing. But it got to a point where you get over the hump. Listen, you get over the hump. Okay? You get over the hump. Knock down part-time job. Now I'm trading. Then what happens? I switched. I'm not one trade away from a part-time job now. Now I'm one trade away from full-time. And what happens? Over time, build. Look, you're pushing that boulder. And then what happens? Bang. Knock it off. No more full-time. It's 2007. It's been 6-7 years. Okay? Why? Because of dedication. Because of dedication. How dedicated are you? You've got one job, you've got two jobs. What does that mean? There's someone out there with 3 jobs. So what does that tell you? That tells you that you're not working enough. In simple terms, that means you've got 1 to 2 hours a day to trade. Okay? That's all it takes. You probably think you don't have enough time because you're hearing loads of garbage from loads of different people that are telling you, look, stay in front of the charts like a zombie. They want you to do the exact same thing you're doing now that you hate. Now, I've been through that position. I know what that position feels like. So why would I tell you to do the exact same thing? That's how you understand that most of these people, they don't understand you. They haven't been through what you've been through. Okay? They're salesmen and saleswomen. You can tell by what someone says and what they do if they actually understand and have actually felt what you've gone through personally, and I have. Okay, the way I trade, the way I teach my students to trade, 1 to 2 hours a day maximum. I've got students, this is the thing, I've got students that are working full time. Okay, not all of my students are in a position like me. Okay, and especially when they come in, you think most of them are going to be successful at Forex. If they were, why would they invest thousands for me to show them what to do? Okay, most of them are just like you and me. Okay. They're one trade away. I just had a student yesterday, okay? He made a post and he said he's up 10% this week, which is kind of what I get my students to aim for, okay? Not 350%, even though that's great, just 10% return. And he said he set his date for notice. Now think about that. That's someone actively learning to trade, and he set his notice day. But what have you done? Have you set your day for notice? Not just, oh yeah, I'm gonna quit my job here. No, you have to actively be doing something, and that's the difference. Now it's interesting because what did he do? He's in our private Forex community. He's seeing my results. He's seeing other students' results, and that's just getting him excited to the point where he's saying to himself, you know what? I need to take this seriously. I can tell you, it's been not long. About 6 weeks, but he's been taking it seriously, and the results he's already got in 6 weeks, you can easily see why now he's handing his notice in. He's got a planned date of notice, and I'll probably tell you at some point in the future, look, that person that said they handed in their notice, they've just quit, and I'll be sad. But I know it's going to be true. Some of you are going to still be in the same position today, making this. The excuse you're making today, you're going to be making it compounded then. Oh, I've got too many jobs. I work too many hours. All of this kind of stuff. Okay, listen. I'm not saying you're lying. I'm not lying. We've all got stuff that hold us back. Now, what you need to do with that is embrace it. Okay? Don't let it. Listen. Don't let it destroy you. Let it empower you. Okay? To knock that boulder off the cliff. Yeah, you've got 2 jobs. Okay. Now let's get that to 1. Then let's get that to none. Yeah, you work too many hours. let's take a few hours off of that first, and then let's take all of it off. Yeah, you don't spend enough time with your kids, with your friends, with your family. Yeah, you don't have enough sex with your partner. And yeah, we talk about this kind of stuff because these are the kind of things. Money is the biggest relationship breaker in the world. So what do you think that should tell you about money in your life? If you want your relationship to have the best possibility to survive, you better do whatever it takes legally and ethically to make money. Intimacy, number 2. If you know intimacy is one of the biggest relationship breakers in the world, what does that tell you? You better go out of your way, only if, and this is the big thing, only if you want your relationship to survive and prosper, you better go out of your way to make time for intimacy. And part of intimacy is sex. They even say sex is the most intimate activity you can do in a relationship. So what does that tell you? I'm a trader. This is all of this stuff. I can understand this to a certain degree. What does that tell me? That tells me that, look, the likelihood is, the odds are, in order for me to have the best relationship with my wife, we need to be doing the deed regularly, okay? I'm not saying that to boast. I don't even like talking about sex. That's the funniest thing. But I have to talk about these kind of things because these are things that are going to benefit you and help you actually get the best lifestyle, okay? So whatever it is, write it down on a piece of paper and look at it. Laugh at it. And then say, you know what? I'm going to overcome this, okay? I'm going to start trading Forex. I'm going to work on cutting down 2 hours of my work week. Then I'm going to work on cutting 4 hours. Then I'm going to work on cutting 8 hours and 10 hours and 20 and then 40 and then beyond, okay? I'm going to trade so I can go on a holiday, okay? I'm going to go on holiday, or I'm going to trade so I can take my wife on a spa day, okay? Little things that have big ramifications, okay? It doesn't take much, especially in a world where so many people aren't doing enough. Just little things here and there make big ramifications, okay? When you know that most people don't buy their partners gifts because they don't have any money, buy your partner 1 or 2 gifts here or there in a month and see just how 1 or 2 little gifts revitalize your relationships. Just spend an hour more with your kids every day. See how much your kids your kids' eyes light up. Because kids want attention, especially if you've ever been a child that your parent wasn't around. Whether it's because they left you, or whether it's because they needed to work to provide for you, whatever it is. Don't make the same mistake with your kids. Okay, it's just that simple. Okay, go out of your way. Do the best you can, and don't let those excuses drop you down, okay? Use those excuses and topple them. And I guarantee you, if you don't make any excuses in life, if you push through, you'll get the best results ever. Just always remember, it's simple. Listen, you're just 1 trade away. Now, like I said, whatever avenue it is, listen, you're just 1 away, okay? It's just that simple. So, people will always want to think, oh, okay, Israel, you're in this position, you can do this kind of stuff. I wasn't always in this position. The difference was, I didn't know at the time that I'd be here. I wanted to be here, I hoped to be here, and I had determination to be here, but at the same time, you can do it, okay? You're just 1 trade away. Hasta la hueca.